Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Meet the Gardener, Meet the Farmer. We are back in Mount Vernon. Technically, this is Bo, right?
It is Bo.
With Lacy Edwards and her beautiful garden. Quick backstory, we actually connected on social media, like we started following each other, and then there was an event at her house, and I didn't realize it was her event at her house. And then as we're driving, and my friend Marin, who brought me, I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to Lacy Edwards' house. I've seen this garden on social media. I'm gonna meet her. And it was
That's so sweet.
Thank you. It was just the most magical night. We were designing arrangements. You had this beautiful spread. I mean, the food, the desserts, it was so magical. And then the garden was just, and then your personality, I just felt like I connected with her right away. So I'm excited for you guys to meet her because you're going to love her as much as I do. So we're going to just jump right in and see her beautiful garden. I don't know where to begin because there's so much to see in your garden. Let's start out. How did this place start? When did you guys buy this property? Okay. And did it always look like this?
Absolutely not. So my husband and I are both from Skagit Valley. We both grew up here, but then immediately after high school, we moved to Seattle. So we lived in the city. We owned a very small house in the city. And when our daughter was born 26 years ago, we started looking for property up here. And it took a while because we wanted something with acreage. We wanted something that we could fix up because that's all that was in our budget. And we searched for a few years and found this. It is a 1903 farmhouse, and it was on 3 acres of nothing but brambles.
No kidding.
Brambles.
Wow.
A few really old outbuildings that hadn't been taken care of. But really, it had mature fruit trees. It had a beautiful willow tree in the front yard. And so between the bones of the farmhouse that desperately needed improvement and those 3 fruit trees, we figured we could tackle the 3 acres.
Wow.
A little naive about how many years it would take because it has now been 23 years.
Right.
Yeah.
To get here.
To get
and it's
here.
funny because I think the first time I came here, I just thought, oh my gosh, this garden looks so mature. They probably put it in 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But you talked about when we met, like you slowly started building it up and then.
Very slowly.
Yeah. Like, and you designed all of this.
We did.
And like,
we did.
That is the craziest thing. So I feel like you and your husband is an architect. Or
He's a builder.
He's a builder.
He's a general contractor, but he works with a lot of brilliant architects. And so we've definitely been influenced by that.
You guys have the most beautiful eye for design. She designed this carriage house. It's like a dream. It's like every woman's dream. I didn't want to leave. It's so perfect. So right now we're right in front of the Hartley. So tell me about this greenhouse. Like what has it meant to get this greenhouse? We'll talk more about the garden, but I think this is such a dream for most gardeners, I would say.
It was my dream come true for sure.
Was it?
Yes. And this was a gift from my husband for my 50th birthday.
Oh my God.
That we budgeted and saved. And, it was definitely a splurge, but, I really think it's like my little jewel box. And we spend so much time out here in the Pacific Northwest. I think having some place that you can go in inclement weather and feel like you're outside is it's truly been such a joy for us to have this. Oh yeah, we use it a lot.
I bet. And if we actually walk in, the way you've designed it, again, she has an incredible eye for design. To me, I call her a designer. She doesn't say she is.
I am not.
But we're all going to disagree and say that she is a designer. So you mix a lot of beautiful antique pieces. So how do you pick things for your garden and for your greenhouse? What's that process? Or is it just, it comes to you? I
mean, the only way that I could really put it into words is to say that I am a daydreamer. I mean, I'm constantly daydreaming. And so I think I just spend time in a space and my wheels are always turning. And I love design. Before social media, I was a magazine girl. I would have stacks of magazines and tear pages out. And of course, now that's transitioned.
Yeah.
Even though I love magazines still, I love print. It's, social media and online resources. I just feel like I'm constantly inspired. I love to be inspired.
Oh, I love that.
I love to visit other people's gardens.
Yes.
And I draw inspiration from, restaurants we visit, travels that we have, other homes that I visit.
Yeah.
And things that I see online, honestly.
Right. One of the reasons why I think I connected with you was at the event, I clearly heard you saying, I don't know if it was when we were in the carriage house or outside, but you said when I was a teenager, I would collect magazines, home design, garden magazines, and not the typical 17 magazine or Cosmopolitan or People magazine. And when you said that, I immediately was like, that is my sister.
Like, we're kindred spirits.
I was like, she gets it.
I never wanted to read the Us and the People and the 17 and maybe sometimes, but for the most part, I was always going to the home and garden section.
Right.
Always.
Martha Stewart was our hero.
My idol. My idol. Absolutely. It's so funny. My daughters and I joke because she's trending again, right? Like Martha's everywhere. And Ralph Lauren and all this, old school, but especially Martha.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where have you been? I have all her books and magazines. I've had them your whole life. So
that's so
and
funny.
I love that she's having a resurgence.
I know,
and I
do too.
Yeah.
This house definitely gives me like, if I think if Martha Stewart came here, she would be like, I feel right at home because this is so like that vibe, that like just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
That is the nicest compliment you can give me. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. In fact, you actually had a shoot with the magazine, right?
I did.
And that's going to come. When is that going to come out?
July of 2026.
Okay. So I cannot wait to buy that issue.
I
can't wait to see
I have
your
no
house.
idea if it will be one page or three. I don't know what to expect, but it was a really fun experience.
Was it? I mean, I think you could have a whole issue of just your stuff. So
thank you.
Right here, how do you utilize your greenhouse? Because I know you start a lot of seeds. We talked about you growing out things in your garden, and you guys will see here in a minute, she has a lot of beautiful flowers. Do you use your greenhouse for seed starting, or is it more to enjoy like a cup of coffee? I know you and your husband come out here all the time. All the time.
So the truth is, when you have a greenhouse like this, and we did not have the extra money to buy the fans and the you can outfit this with fans and air conditioners and shades. I know the windows are filthy right now. Don't look too close. But we don't use it much in the summer because it gets so hot.
Okay.
So in the spring, I can start seeds in here. But primarily, we use this as like a little coffee house, cocktail house. We have had wreath workshops in here for 6 people. We've hosted birthday brunches, holiday cocktails, but mostly my husband and I sit in those 2 chairs and we have coffee. In the winter, we installed that fireplace custom. It's a little camp stove. And he will come out and light a fire and make my coffee. And then I come join him out here.
That's so sweet.
And we try and start our day out here in the winter.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I will say, I think when you have a greenhouse like this, I think, again, this is why it's a lot of our dreams, because we want to have a space to be in nature all seasons, winter, summer, spring, fall. And this allows you to do that. And it's a beautiful space. I couldn't imagine it being like a production greenhouse, not something this beautiful.
No. And I thought it was going to be originally. I really did. I was like, oh. And then once I saw it and it was installed, I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I decorate it for every holiday. It's just,
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to see what you're going to do this fall and winter time. It's going to be magnificent. So can we make our way out into your actual garden out here? Because this was also just a signature statement piece that I absolutely loved. When did you guys put in this garden, and what was the purpose of this garden for you?
So when I say that this garden has been like a 23-year labor of love, I mean it. 23 years of layers. But I admit that in the early years, like, our budget was so tight that it was like maybe a tree for Mother's Day, or, it came very slowly. This came about during COVID in 2020.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And so
5 years ago.
Even this espalier, this established espalier of apples.
So then the espaliers were put in the year, so 2021.
Wow.
Yeah. And so they're only 4 years old, but we bought bare root whips from Behringer Farms, and they were tiny, but they produced fruit the first year.
Really?
And this is year 4, and especially if you walk on the other side, you'll be able to see that they are just loaded, and I've already harvested quite a bit.
Right. Oh my gosh.
But I love the espaliers because they provide kind of this formal living fence, and also produce an incredible amount of fruit. And they're all grafted. So, this is like all pears, for example.
Oh, there's multiple.
But it's different varieties. There's 3 different types of Asian pears.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even recognize that. Okay.
And I will botch the names if I try.
Yeah.
But they're all amazing. And like this apple tree has 3 different varieties. You know,
Wow.
each layer is
Layer.
a different variety.
Is it a lot of maintenance? Like, are you constantly pruning it to keep it like this?
Yes,
Be
but
honest with us. Tell us, because we want to
but
do
I
this.
will say, and my husband will tell you this, it's my favorite job in the garden.
Is it really?
I I can't tackle anything, the weeds, cutting back anything until my espalier is trimmed.
Really?
But
Okay.
it's really, it's kind of zen. It's like methodical. You just
Right.
come along and you snip the shoots.
Right.
And they're really happy and healthy, so they are constantly sending off shoots.
Okay. Do you ever have to fertilize them? Do you fertilize
I
in
don't.
the
I
spring?
haven't fertilized this yet.
Really?
No.
Oh my gosh.
You know, the soil in Skagit Valley, I think I told you this.
Yes, it's
Top
gold.
3% of all soil globally.
So this is why we want to move to Skagit.
Yes.
Yes.
If you're a gardener,
Yes.
Skagit Valley Flats.
Don't come until I come first. Okay. Let me find my perfect home and then you come.
Yeah. This farmland, this soil is amazing.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
Everybody that I've met has said that. And like all of my favorite farmers are up here.
Yeah.
And
It's
I'm like,
special.
yeah, it's really, I'm always touching their soil and like, what are you doing, you weirdo?
I know.
I'm like, I want to
touching
take
the
a
soil.
sample.
Well, when people compliment me too, I have to quickly say, like, it's not all me, it's the soil.
Sure.
I mean, I think I have a green thumb, but the soil helps me out quite a bit.
No, yeah, you 100% have a green thumb. And I love how like you bring your interior design out into your garden. One of the things that I've like noticed right away too is how you have like containers throughout the garden and you create like these vignettes almost in different parts of the garden. What was your inspiration for this? Like, did you want to keep it formal? Because you obviously, you use this for production too. You have a lot of cut flowers in here.
I do.
And you're constantly making arrangements.
Yes.
You host events at your house that you allow people to cut this. You guys, by the way, like when we were here, she said, cut anything you want anywhere in the garden. And I about lost my mind. I was like, don't cut her trees. Don't do, but everybody was just like.
You can even take little branches from the trees.
See,
I mean,
she's
everyone
so
that was here
generous.
was so respectful. I knew nobody was going to go crazy, you know, but it's fun.
It is.
Yeah, I would say it is formal. Clearly, a parterre by nature is a formal garden.
Yeah.
But I really love the juxtaposition of like formal and then wild with it, right? I mean, look at it. I plant things way too close together. And right now we are definitely at the end of the season. So things are starting to decay. You know, we're at the end of the garden season, but I think there's beauty in decay.
Yes,
I think it's really beautiful when things start to fade and fall and brown out.
Yeah.
But I plant things too close together and I kind of welcome the madness.
Yeah.
I like it when my honeysuckle starts growing into my rose.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes it will crowd things out. So I have to make myself go in and be tough sometimes. But I like the unruly. I do.
Okay, I love that you said that. So one day I would love for you to come to our garden, but you will also quickly see that we plant very tightly. Like our dahlias are like 9 inches apart.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to a lot of spacing with like our cosmos and zinnias.
Yes, clearly.
But
it's wild.
It is wild, but it works, right?
Yeah.
I think there's something so beautiful about having I don't know, like having things kind of be wild like this, but also formal with like your paths, the edging. Look at the stones that she used. I'm totally stealing this idea.
Bluestone.
Yeah. Is it bluestone?
Yeah, I think it's Pennsylvania bluestone.
Oh my gosh. And they're not like cemented in, right? They're just.
No, there's, I can't remember the name that they use, like soldier. I can't remember how they're on end like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, it's so gorgeous.
Thank you.
But anyways, I feel like I'm in England when I'm in your garden. Like I get that vibe, that English countryside garden.
Thank you.
And I love it so much. So this water feature, can I ask you about this?
Yes.
When did you guys put this in? And is it a lot to maintain here in the Pacific Northwest?
It hasn't been so far. So I will tell you that a lot of things in our garden are purchased. A lot of them are foraged. A lot of them are found. A lot of them are gifted.
Wow.
Because my husband's a general contractor, he was renovating this really, really old house on Capitol Hill in Seattle. And the owner of the home was modernizing the garden and gifted us this fountain.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you tell Scott next time. Give me a call.
Yeah. And you know, this was in, we had a friend of ours who's an artist sketch this for my daughter's wedding invitation.
Yeah.
And then we showed the client, like, look, you gifted us this beautiful fountain. We love it so much. It's even, you know, in my daughter's wedding invitation.
Sure.
So,
and her wedding was actually in your garden.
It was.
How was that experience, by the way? Like hosting your daughter in your garden, like Was it just like a,
It was dreamy.
was it?
Yeah, it was magical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was even more I knew it would be meaningful, but
Yeah.
seeing her walk down the back steps of the house that she grew up in on her dad's arm, like,
Yeah.
are you kidding me?
Yeah,
That was, yeah.
I hadn't met you at that point yet, but I was crying. I was like,
Yeah.
this is the most
It was
beautiful
really
wedding.
special.
It
Yeah,
was. And just like seeing what you've created literally out here and your daughter, like that moment coming together was just so beautiful.
Thank
Oh,
you.
love it.
Yeah. And this was just their badminton soccer field. Like this was
Really?
nothing when they were kids. We had the chicken
Wow.
coop,
Okay.
but this was just grass. And so to transform it and then have everyone
Right.
out here, we had musicians out here and people during cocktail hour. It was kind of a pinch me moment for me.
Was
I
it?
mean, honestly,
Yeah. In my wildest dreams, I never thought we could create something like this.
Right.
But I think we're both, I said daydreamers.
Right.
And we also love a good project.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
we love projects. As soon as one's done, we're like,
Okay.
what's next?
Right.
And when you have 3 acres, it's
Yeah.
like a blank canvas.
It's a playground, right?
it
Like
is.
you get to
It really
play.
is.
It's
Yeah.
so much play
And
here.
I'm so fortunate that my husband has become as passionate about it as I am. He used
Right.
to just be the guy that like dug the holes for me. And now he's
Yeah.
into it. Like
Really?
he
I love that.
names and
I
he has
love that.
opinions.
Yes, I love that. We had Sergey kind of came around to it as well. Like before, he used to be just like a fig tree guy. He loved the fig trees.
Yeah.
But now he loves what does he love? Gara. And he loves
Scotland's
cosmos.
Gara
Oh,
too.
really?
Yes.
That's so
Oh, yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
He saw your
He
pink
has
Gara
his
over there.
favorites.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Same
Yeah.
with Sergey. And I'm like, that is so funny that
Yeah.
you picked up on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this garden is magical. Do you change things every year in terms of like your cut flowers? I know you have a lot of staples in here. Like I see some nepeta, I see salvias. You have beautiful fig trees tucked throughout, which I absolutely love. You have your dahlias and your roses. Do you dig up your dahlias and then do you change out some of the annuals that you plant, like your zinnias,
Yes.
things like that?
So I do. I change
Okay.
out the annuals, but
Okay.
primarily the foundation plants are the nepeta roses. I'm trying to think. The hydrangeas.
The hydrangeas.
The Japanese anemone, which I just
Oh
love.
my,
They're just
beautiful. You guys are
And
so
then I also
beautiful.
sprinkle in, I don't know if you've seen it or not, fruit and vegetables. Like
Yes.
these are pink blueberries, which when they produce fruit, they are bubblegum pink. They are so sweet. They are so
Really?
amazing.
Okay.
So I will sprinkle in blueberries. I've got this is on its last leg.
Right.
But cucumber,
Sure.
pumpkins and squash. I love it when things like spill out.
Yes.
Something unexpected.
Right,
So,
right. I'm going to swing you guys right back here. You do have a veggie garden over here.
I do.
And I think you talked about creating a whole new veggie garden, right? Or
Yeah,
did I?
What's happened is, so this little vegetable patch right here
Right.
is actually the oldest garden on the property. This
Oh,
has been
okay.
here for 20 years.
Really?
We did the chicken coop and the vegetable garden,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all I have, was just this little patch.
Okay.
And what's happened is this hedge
Mm-hmm.
we planted, it was this tall.
No kidding.
And so there was plenty of sunlight back here. And now this is 20, I don't even know.
I don't know. I'm bad with.
I'm bad with
Me too. Me too. I'm really
We
bad with
really are
numbers.
kindred spirits.
We are.
So this has now gotten so huge
Right.
that I really don't have enough sunlight here for my vegetables.
Okay.
So I'll keep shade-loving things back here, or
Okay.
semi-shade, like peas and herbs, and
Okay.
there's some things that do well back here.
Mm-hmm.
But then our next project
Uh-huh.
is we have full sun out in the field, so we will design a vegetable garden out there next year, along
Okay.
with like a goat house. Because I definitely have animals in my future,
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
more than just chickens.
Yeah. I was thinking like, okay, we need to get her some sheeps.
Yes.
What else did I think about? Yes. I think it's gonna be so
Little
cute.
donkeys,
Little
maybe, or
yes.
cows.
Yes. Get a
Goats.
Highland.
I want it all.
I just
want
make.
them all.
Let me just. Yeah. It's like a Pokemon. You got to
Yeah.
get them all.
Yeah. I always tell my husband I want my own little petting farm. I want people
Yeah.
to come pick flowers and fruits and vegetables and
Come see
Yeah.
come see
And
the
then
come see the
animals.
animals.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Let's walk actually over here because this was also something that I thought was so charming. This used to be your daughter's playhouse and now it's an office. It's your husband's office, right?
Mhm.
How did you guys come up with this idea? Like, was it always this size? Because it's like
Well-
I could live there.
Well, my husband does tend to overbuild things for sure.
Okay.
So I went away for the weekend that it was framed, and when I came home, I was like, "Holy cow, that's a little bigger than I thought." But in hindsight, it was
Right.
brilliant because
Yeah.
he wanted to build something that the girls could grow with.
Okay.
And like, for example, in their teenage years, they had summer parties in the loft. There's a queen bed in the loft. And yeah, I'm glad he built it that big. But the original inspiration was two things. In Better Homes and Gardens magazine, well before I had children, they featured a playhouse, and I tore that page out and said someday. And then I visited Christensen's nursery and the schoolhouse, which is quite large. And then there's also a little potting shed that's quite small. And I said, if we could just do like a combination of these two buildings. So we took photos at Christensen's and studied those buildings because I wanted something that looked timeless.
Right.
And then if you look at it from the front, again, because my husband is a general contractor, we salvaged the leaded glass windows off jobs. So we were broke. I mean, we had, at the beginning of this journey, our budget was tiny. And so saved the leaded glass windows from a building. The corbels were saved from one of Scott's projects.
Really?
I don't know if you want me to open it.
Sure.
It's the office. So okay. It's not a playhouse anymore. And there's a bird nest.
That's awesome.
But the corbels are up high.
Sure.
Those were salvaged from a building.
Wow. Yeah. That's so beautiful.
So, we kind of scavenged what we could find.
Right.
And, made it work.
So I don't know if you guys are paying attention in the video because it's hard to pay attention to Lacy and all of the beautiful things going on behind us. But you can see she's created like beautiful moments everywhere, and there's borders everywhere in the garden. So if I swing you guys back this way, just look at all of the beautiful grass you can just run around and play. Do you plan on making like the beds that you already have deeper, or do you want to keep the space as is?
It depends. We've definitely carved into it. We have carved into it, trying to create different garden rooms.
Okay.
I think, especially because we live on the flats, the topography here is just, again, it's very flat. It's very not super interesting on its own. So I think that we have just worked really hard to define different areas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we probably will. Like, we have talked about making this bed bigger right here.
Right.
This is such a bad time of year for this bed.
Right.
Everything's kind of in decay. But but then we're also trying to leave little pockets for like, for example, at the wedding, this was a beautiful lawn to have. We had tables out here and umbrellas and musicians, and it was really nice to have this lawn.
Sure.
And it's shaded.
Right.
In the afternoon when it's so hot. This is the only lawn that's shaded.
Oh, that's so nice. And I think that is something important because I think some people, I love having grass and I think every garden, most gardens anyway, should have a grass because it kind of creates a grounding moment for your eyes too.
That's so true.
Because especially like when you have so much, it's like, okay, let me just have like an open area. It kind of creates like a calmness. Almost. So I think some people are like, no lawns. I'm like, well, some lawn is fine. Yeah, it's okay.
And it browns out,
sure.
Because you want to be careful about water use. And, but for the most part, especially in the Pacific Northwest, we're lucky.
We're so lucky.
When it's green, it's so lovely.
It's so lovely.
You can play croquet. You can throw a Frisbee.
Yeah.
Dogs can run around. We're very kid-friendly, animal-friendly. And I think a lawn can be really nice in that regard.
Yeah. And you also talked about like potentially one day having this, I mean, you already host events, but maybe opening that up to have more intimate events because you love to host. You're fantastic at it. You should host a course on hosting.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm qualified for that.
She's really good, you guys. And I think that would be fascinating. And you have to have open areas like this to be able to accommodate those things. And really quick, another feature of this garden that I love is this bocce court. Like, I'm sorry, I would take this over pool any day. I think it is fun. Like if you've ever played, it's such a fun moment to have in your garden because it brings people out here. It's interactive. You're moving your body and it's just in the most beautiful setting. So I just wanted you guys to see the hardscape because I think that's also it's done. You guys did it so well. And you guys use a lot of concrete. Is that easy to do? I mean, I know Scott's a contractor. He's probably
okay. Full disclosure. My husband is a general contractor, and his company Dovetail has a concrete division.
They do.
It's accessible for us.
Okay.
But there's a backstory to this too. Like during COVID, when in the state of Washington, contractors got shut down for a bit, and so but the concrete employees could work outside and they could work on the owner's property. So we were like, quickly, where can we put, what do we need to keep the guys busy, to keep them working, moving forward? So this was actually kind of a last minute. I'd always wanted one, but it was kind of a snap COVID decision. And I'm so glad we did, because I always say, bocce's great, pétanque, whatever you want to call it, bocce, pétanque. 4-year-olds can play it and 90-year-olds can play it.
And that's what I love about it. It is. And I think most people don't know that. And I'm actually seeing these pop up in so many gardens. I feel like it's the next like greenhouse. Like everybody needs a court.
They're really beautiful.
They are.
The lines, and this is regulation size.
It's huge.
This big.
Right. This one is huge.
You can do a much smaller version.
Right. And I love that you do have the space. So I would have too. Is this one of the trees that was here?
This is one of the old mature fruit trees that I'm talking about.
It's so beautiful.
And it was just a little fun story. When the girls were little, see that hole
right there.
Fairy tree.
Was it?
Yeah, the girls would come out and leave little notes in there, and the fairies would leave little treasures, like, sparkly jewel or
oh my gosh. One other quick thing I wanted to ask. You have a lot of different hedge materials.
So many different.
Do you like to repeat, or you like to have different, right?
I like to have different.
Okay.
I mean, we repeat and we have different.
Right.
So, that's the big laurel hedge.
Sure.
And we have a lot of laurel. We have a lot of boxwood. But boxwood can be finicky.
It can be.
There's like boxwood blight in England, and I'm so afraid that we're going to get that here at some point.
Yeah.
So for this, and it needs to be trimmed right now. This is ilex, and now this is my new kind of favorite, especially because it doesn't get giant.
It doesn't.
Nice for lower hedges.
Okay, and I think
we have it at the front of the property too.
I think that's what we saw. Yes, because when we pulled up, I was like, wait, what is this? Is this boxwood?
Ilex. And there's a lot of different types of ilex, and I can't tell you the Latin name, but it is an ilex.
So pretty.
Planted last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
These have been in for 1 year.
Holy cow.
We bought slightly larger plants.
Sure.
But they're going to, I need to hedge them right now.
Okay. it's time. And so when we walk to this side of the garden, again, just a lot of formality here, which I love, but still mixing in like some of those wild pieces. Like you have so much heuchera in your garden. I love it so much. And fern. This tree, I just wanted to show you guys and give it a moment, is so magnificent. Do you guys prune this up often?
We do, twice a year.
Twice a year.
Twice a year. And I always say it's the willow tree that made us buy this house.
Is it?
Because the house was in bad shape. The property was in bad shape. But I saw that willow tree and I was like,
game over.
Dreamy.
Yes. Yeah. This is such a magnificent tree. Like, I think as a child, I mean, even as an adult, but as a child to have this.
Oh, yeah.
The girls loved it. I'm sure they just.
And we used to let it grow and touch the ground.
Really?
It was magical for the girls when they were younger to play under there.
Yeah.
They loved it.
My gosh. I wonder how old this tree is.
I couldn't even guess. The house is 1903.
Okay. So it must have been probably before that.
And the other thing is I did have an expert tell me it's well past its lifespan.
Really?
Willow has a finite lifespan.
Uh-huh.
This is past its lifespan, but because it's so windy on the flats, and the lilacs are also past their lifespan, but their roots, because of the wind, just really, really dig in deep, and then combined with that beautiful soil, plants that should be on their way out are still thriving and doing well. And I consider ourselves so fortunate because I am a tree lover. This is Grandma Willow.
Oh, Grandma Willow. Oh my gosh.
Grandma Willow. Yeah.
That's so perfect. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We really are like.
I know. I love that.
Okay. So in this part of the garden here.
1 year old.
1 year old.
This is our newest garden.
Holy cow. Okay, you guys are going to lose your minds because we got to come in here and I think it was raspberries and also lady's mantle is so pretty.
So we bought the boxwoods the size they are from a dear friend who had a plant nursery and he was retiring.
Wow.
And he is my garden mentor. He's also like a dear, dear, dear family friend.
Sure.
But as his nursery was going out of business, we were really fortunate that we were able to purchase some really mature trees.
Wow.
Like this tree was planted 1 year ago.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Even like some of these evergreens too.
Yep.
Holy cow. Yep. Do you guys want to keep these as big spheres?
We're going to.
Okay. I love that.
So new. They were a bit shocked when we put them in.
Sure.
And so they're recovering.
Sure.
But we don't want to prune them too hard until they've really had a chance to set their roots.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, I would let them get a little bit woolly and
then we will create what do they call it? Like a boxwood cloud garden.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, I love that. Let's walk through here. Just I want to show you guys. And it's funny because Lacy's like, my garden does not look great right now. And I looked at her and I was like, what? This is not prime for you.
I'm recovering from an appendectomy. So
yeah.
I have not been sitting back
yeah.
or waiting.
yeah.
That's my normal standard.
By the way, can I just tell people that? Like she had surgery. When was the event? Friday?
Friday.
You had surgery.
No, the event was Saturday.
Saturday. You had surgery Thursday. And
night.
she was running around, you guys, hosting this huge event. And we're like, please sit down. And then she's been running around only a few weeks after.
I had my daughter and my husband help with the event.
You're a superwoman.
It is hard. It's hard to not garden this time of year.
Yeah, it's really hard. So when you put this in, did you like have a vision to have like your raspberries here? I can see that you guys also have blueberries.
Yes, I wanted a berry patch.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
And these yellows are still going.
They're still going, which is, look at this, you guys.
So we tried to plant 3 different varieties of raspberries. We did meeker raspberries, which are these huge, beautiful red raspberries. The yellow, and then another one. So we have an early raspberry, a mid raspberry, and a late raspberry. And these goldens are the late.
Okay.
So that we would have raspberries all summer long.
Okay, got it.
That's amazing.
And they pretty much behave the same. I mean, you guys, it looks like, I mean, all of the plants look pretty similar. I mean, some of the earlier ones are fizzling out, obviously quicker.
The first to fruit are now definitely well on their way out.
Sure. Wow, this is amazing. And look, it didn't even really take up a lot of space.
No, it didn't.
I love this. See, I think as home gardeners, because we know we all plant densely and we plant closely, so we're always trying to push the boundaries. But this is great. Like if you had a post and then your wire, you can grow several plants.
They're very expensive.
Okay.
Don't look too closely because we just kind of added on.
We won't look too closely. Nobody will notice.
And Scott tries to make it happen for us.
That's awesome. Yeah. And again, all of the beautiful dahlias. You guys know I'm a dahlia girl. Lacy also loves dahlias.
I do.
I
can't have enough.
You can't have enough.
No.
And there's so many that I'm like, okay, let's make her a list because I think she would swoon over it. You need to go to like Marin's because she has, they're great.
They're so competitive to get.
So competitive.
And I'm not, you have to refresh and load your cart and buy one.
You have to team up with people like, hey, I'm going to get this, you're going to get that, and then we'll swap. And
we've got some great dahlia farmers in this area. It is wild that this garden's only a year old because, it's up against the road. And so we tried to create a hedgerow.
Sure.
Just to kind of buffer from the road. And so we planted 9 flowering cherries, Accolade and Mount Fuji, flowering cherries.
Wow.
Just ornamental. But then we also peppered in 3 plum trees, a couple apple trees, persimmon.
I love. Okay.
Like rare trees, not rare, but trees that are beautiful. But, I don't even know what I'm going to do with the quince. Quince jam. But they're so beautiful and the blossoms are so beautiful. And we really tried to plant for pollinators and as many native plants as we could.
Sure.
To create the hedgerow.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing that I got so excited about. You have such a diverse palette of plant material just in this space. So that day when we were cutting, I was like, what is this? What is that? And I looked and I was like, I think you mentioned this was only a year old, and we're all like, no, she must have been much.
No, it's a year old.
That's crazy. It is.
That's why the blueberries are still very small.
Sure,
they're limping along a little bit. Planted things that aronia berry, for example. They are edible, but they're incredibly sour. But we planted those for the birds,
right? And is that important to you because you're very you love animals, and you can see it. Like you're very thoughtful about what you do in your garden because you are considering nature.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so that's something I think we could all take away. Think about planting more things that are beautiful but can also provide,
especially on the flats. I feel like because obviously there's production farming all around us. We're surrounded by blueberry fields. We've got potatoes. We've got raspberries. We've got different grasses. But I think to have a variety of what are these called? Coneflowers. That I never deadhead. I leave those all winter for the birds and the aronia berries and the different, nesting opportunities for the birds. I don't know. I think my husband and I both feel pretty passionate about that.
I really love that.
I'm becoming a bird watcher.
I love. Yes.
I'm excited. Yeah. We saw cedar waxwings. And we were like, oh, we've got cedar waxwings.
Yeah, I get excited just for a hummingbird. I gotta
don't get me started on the hummingbird.
we started on the hummingbirds. We do too. They're just like so fun. And I actually saw if you actually pay close attention, she has like little nests everywhere in your garden. Like I saw some in your greenhouse. I don't know if those were intentional.
If there's fallen nests, I never steal a nest.
Right.
We have a lot of fallen nests.
Really? Okay.
They're like little pieces of art.
They are. They're so pretty. When I saw those, I was like, oh my gosh, she gets it. This space is really beautiful and nice and open. Do you have any plans to do anything out here?
I always have plans. Yes, I do. So this is where eventually, further out there, that is where the new vegetable garden will go because it's the sun.
Sure.
And we previously had a barn on this property. Don't get mad at me. It was not a historic barn.
Right.
But it collapsed and it was never well built. It was built with like salvaged barn board, so it looked old, but it wasn't old.
Oh, okay.
And it was built like a glorified fort. And but I loved it. It had one pretty side, but it fell down. And so eventually we will rebuild a barn there as well.
Okay. And do you plan on having like more production like flowers and things like that? Okay.
Because right now the parterre garden that you saw with dahlias and some sprinkled out here, but I would love to have, especially if I'm going to host some clipping events where people can come, forage in my gardens. I would love to have some production rows of dahlias and just a specific cut flower garden. Right. Yeah.
And you
have more room for vegetables.
Right. Yeah. Right. Because you're very passionate about that. And you do want to host more events on your property here. So you also see that being something for people to maybe, expect, like come for like seasonal courses that you host.
I would love nothing more. I would love to host. I would love to have the opportunity to host people, different classes, farm to table events, floral events.
Sure.
And, someday if we have a barn, I would love to have, it available for people to rent for like wedding showers or, small events.
Right. Yeah. We want to keep it like intimate. Yeah. You do love to host.
I love to entertain. I love to share.
Yeah.
And then behind you in this field garden, it doesn't look like much now because we just mowed, but there are pods. And if any of you are familiar with Pete O'Dour, are you familiar? The Dutch gardener. He designed the High Line in Manhattan.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I am. Yes. Because I just learned,
I think like Piet, but it's Pete.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay.
My husband is incredibly passionate about him. So when I said Scott used to just dig my holes, but now he designed these pods.
Okay.
And unfortunately they're mowed right now, but which are very, very kind of wild meadow gardens.
Is he going to do like a Dutch weave garden?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So you need to come to Portland because I have to take you to, we just met somebody. We did a garden tour with him, Gene Rosenboom. He's amazing. And he has such a great eye for design too. But anyways, he has this Dutch weave garden. I have pictures. I'll show you. And it's so beautiful. Like I've never wanted one so bad until I saw his, and I was like, I want a Dutch weave garden now too. And he's like, "Well,
isn't that funny?
Isn't it so funny?
Exposure, you're like,
yes.
Oh, now I want to add that.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the downfall in a way of having 3 acres because we don't farm any of the acreage.
Sure. You're landscaping all of it. Right.
We never run out of things we want.
Right. And like as a gardener, like, do you this bed behind you here, there's so much like evergreens, and then you have your maples, again, more ornamental. Apple trees. I mean, you have roses, like a huge climbing rose over there. What do you plan on doing with this open area? Do you already have an idea?
I would love to just have big swaths of like white coneflowers. And I want to do kind of a big wave of coneflowers and iris. I have almost no iris.
Okay.
Iris.
Okay. So we talked about you. Yes, you have to come to Shriners Iris this spring. Yes. Okay, so that's gonna be a date. Yes. You and Miranda are coming down for that because you guys have to see it.
I would love
that. I think that would look beautiful. Like you could do your irises in the back and then your cone.
Because at a certain point too, because I don't have, I'm doing this myself, I have to think about maintenance.
Right.
And so I'm trying to be better. The parterre is my high maintenance garden. That is where every day I need to be cutting back. I need to be more thoughtful. The hedgerow is wild and it's supposed to remain wild.
Sure.
These need to be lower maintenance.
Okay.
Hence all the evergreens, right? All the hedging.
Right. Yeah. Is that hard to maintain, like the hedging, or is it pretty really okay? Maybe, like okay. Yeah. See, she needs to do a course on like just hedging because I think that could be its own thing. Now back here, I just wanted to show you guys I think Scott called it hydrangea lane.
Yes.
So you love hydrangeas. Yes. I love it so much. Is there a favorite variety? Because you have a lot of panicles, like by the house. And then you have, I think, some of the macrophyllus in there, like the blue ones. First of all, is it hard for you to keep them blue? Or is your soil pretty acidic?
I wanted them to be more lavender, mauve.
Oh,
but they turn blue.
They turn blue.
It's not
Okay.
hard.
Okay.
They want to be blue.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because so many gardeners, like, they have very alkaline soil, so they constantly have to amend it.
Okay.
But yours are just like naturally, like there's one in there that I was like, whoa, it's so blue.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's so beautiful.
I planted 40 hydrangeas. And
Wow.
these are like small miniature hydrangeas that will stay very, very small.
Nice.
And again, they're browning out right now because
Sure.
it's the end of the season. But they were like, I don't know if you can see this.
Look at that.
You know,
Wow.
to me, that's just such an interesting.
It's so beautiful.
And I'm also one of those gardeners that I am not good about remembering.
Yes,
I
me
have all
neither.
the tags saved somewhere.
Yeah.
But,
Me too. I take pictures and then I forget where, so I need to like go. Yes. Because that's like, I like to keep tags because I want to know what's in my garden, but I'm just not great at identifying specific things. And I know some people are, they can just be like, boom, boom, boom.
Encyclopedia knowledge.
Right.
Not only the names, the common names, but the Latin names.
Latin names.
Like, oh my God.
Our viewers are really good about correcting me.
Oh, I bet. Okay.
They know. They know.
Yes.
So how long has this been here then? Was this relatively new too, or?
This has been 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. It's really mature for 3 years. Like these got massive.
And, as our budget grew, so did the size of our,
Right.
we buy the biggest that we can.
Right.
And we weren't able to do that. Even 7 years ago, we couldn't do that. So as time has gone on, we try and buy the largest plants that we can afford.
Yeah. Do you think that also makes an impact in the garden, like instant impact?
Instant.
Yeah. And it's like sometimes you do have to splurge.
Yes.
Like if you want a bang for your buck, like yes, you're going to pay more, but look at the size of these hydrangeas.
Also look at some of these Japanese maples that we, 10, 15 years ago, we couldn't afford, and we would buy these little tiny trees.
Yeah.
Now, be patient. They grow.
They grow. You don't always have to go. You don't always have to splurge. There's
absolutely not.
You don't. And it's funny because you do have beautiful mature Japanese maples. I think Sergey saw those and he was like, I think also in front of the carriage house, you have 2 in containers.
Those are coral bark.
The coral barks. And he was like, look at those. And I'm like, I know, they're so good. I do too. And here's the thing. If you can find somebody like on Marketplace, we actually found, we have 2, they're called lion's head maple or Shishigashira. They're just, I'll show you a picture. They're very, very different and they're so expensive. But if you go to Marketplace, you can find some like good deals.
That large
on maples.
red maple,
yeah.
It's too far away for you the large red maple right there. Someone, bought a house that had a Japanese maple farm and they didn't want the maples. I mean, I think we paid like $50 for that.
Yeah, that's wild.
And it was pretty mature when we bought it too.
Yeah.
But,
so you have to do your shopping is all we're saying, you guys. Like you have to be smart. You have to be smart gardeners. Don't always go to the nursery.
So these are losing their colors left and right, but they're sending off new plants as well.
They are. And I think that's what I appreciate a lot about this space here is it's obviously a shade garden. You have like all of your hostas,
ferns,
lots of beautiful ferns, but there's still so many beautiful flowering color.
There's a lot of color.
Back here. So you've done this so well. I absolutely
and the bird
love
house, my husband. Yes. That's an example of something that I was dreaming of those bird houses. I think it's called Walpole woodpeckers. Just bird houses on the East Coast.
Sure.
Definitely not in my budget.
Yeah.
So he made me that for Mother's
Day. He did.
Yes.
So it's good to know because one day I might ask him like, hey, can we take the measurements? Can you help me recreate this? Because I see something like, oh, I can build that. And then I start and I'm like, no, I can't. No, I can't. This is the Gara, you guys, that Sergey noticed. He's like, is that, I think there was a pink one back there. Yeah. And he was like, is that pink Gara? Oh, it's so pretty.
I love that.
So structural.
Yeah.
So strong. And like, even they're at their end.
Even at the end, they're really beautiful.
They look beautiful. We
and
actually
scale. Like I love the large scale.
Right. Yeah. When does gardening really begin for you? Like, is it wintertime that you start dreaming?
That's funny that you asked that because we were just telling our friends this the other day. We do not watch TV, like any TV, from end of April until the 1st of October. Like no TV.
Sure.
So then we save up all the shows we want to watch.
Yeah.
And we watch, we binge watch until January. And then we start with our garden shows. And we start garden planning in February.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We watch Monty Don. We watch all of our, we watch all the documentaries, all the garden,
Yeah.
Then we just like binge watch garden shows. We bust out the books.
Yeah.
And I would say February is really when we dive in.
Okay. Yeah. So is that also when you kind of start your seeds too? Like you start them pretty early? Yeah, I think for a lot of us, it's like people think gardening starts in the spring, but it's not. It's like January, February is like.
Yeah. January I start to get the itch, and then February I really dive in.
Yeah. And now in terms of maintenance, because you guys do have like a large space, how do you tackle this? Like in the fall time when things are really just, they're blowing up almost, like everything is just kind of pop off. Do you just...
It's chaotic.
It does get chaotic
and messy.
Yeah. Do you clean up all winter long, or do you just kind of... Okay.
Slowly.
Okay.
Like we will start to cut things back here very shortly. We just kind of slowly tackle it. As the gardens grow, though, we do have to ask ourselves, like, adding a vegetable garden.
Sure.
Like, that's a lot of work.
Right.
But it's either going to break us or it's going to keep us young.
Right.
I like to think it's going to keep us young. It's going to keep
you young. Yeah. I agree.
It's going to keep us young.
Do you like to use ornamental grasses in your garden?
I love to use grasses.
Okay.
I mean, look at the movement even right now. Like, we don't cut them back usually until after the first couple of frosts, because when they are covered in frost, they are magical. Like in the winter, they just glisten. But then it gets to a point where they kind of fall over. But yes, I love grasses. I love the movement. I love that it kind of is a buffer that protects the patio.
Sure.
I had no idea they would get that big. But I think it's kind of magical.
It's so pretty.
And again, scale, right? Because our house is very tall. We're on the floodplain. And so the house has to be tall because of that. And I think the scale of those large grasses, 3 on each side, that kind of create a living wall buffer. I just think scale is something intuitively that you have to just embrace. Like, don't be afraid of going big.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
On a property this size.
On the property. Right. Yeah. Pay attention to your skills. Yeah. I mean, I don't sometimes, and it's like it gets drowned out. Yeah. How has this season been for you in terms of your garden compared to other seasons?
Well, we had a wedding this year.
Right.
And a magazine shoot. So that I didn't know for sure. A scout saw my Instagram. And they were very intrigued, actually, by this, the espaliered fruit tree and the lavender.
Right.
And so that's what caught their eye. And they contacted me and asked me for more photos of the garden. And so between the photo shoot and the wedding, this season was intense.
It was
intense.
Right.
I will say, I think this is the first year that all of our property has looked good at the same time. Some years we are too busy. We maybe are traveling or the kids were younger. And so one part of the garden will look amazing and not the other part. This year we had to really, really tackle it. And we brought in help a couple of times because we needed help weeding. I couldn't keep up with it in time for the wedding. So,
and I think that's one other lesson I wanted to say. When you do plant densely, like we love to do, it helps suppress a lot of the weeds, like in spaces like this. Absolutely. But when you have open area, I mean, you're going to get weeds. And I mean, it's impeccable. I love it so much. Like your garden is just,
impeccable.
It's, we never look closely. We're gardeners. We never look closely. Why would we?
I was going to say, and this, is starting to flop over, but again, I kind of love it when it's like lush and
just going for it. Yeah. I mean, these dahlias, that dahlia is bigger than your head. It's incredible. It's crazy.
These, I don't know the variety, these breakouts.
Oh my gosh. Breakout. Yeah. Gorgeous. It got so tall. Here's the other thing, guys. If you plant your dahlias in an area that gets some sort of shade, does this get shade in the afternoon?
In the afternoon.
This is what they do.
Yeah.
They reach. Yeah. So if you want, that's like a little trick that you can trick your dahlias. If you plant them in an area that does get like that afternoon shade, they will grow. She's so cute. She's so cute. Sergey fell in love with her. But anyways, they will reach like this and they are beautiful. But yes, breakout is having a moment. Look at that.
She is
so gorgeous. And can we just quickly talk about the structure?
This is the garden folly.
Yes, the garden folly. Yes, and I was like, what does that mean? And she's like, it's just a structure.
The folly is just a building that is just for looks, basically.
It's so pretty.
we didn't have, so even though we put in 2020, these Valiers in 2021, we always knew we wanted it, but we didn't have the funds to build it for a while.
Sure.
But it needed an anchor. You know,
Right.
this garden is so symmetrical, and and our house is so tall, and the hedge is so tall that we needed a large anchor in this corner.
Right.
And we still toy with what we're going to do in there for the wedding. It was an oyster station, and so we had someone in here shucking oysters for the wedding.
That's
So
awesome.
we talked about doing like a swinging day bed or a really beautiful lantern that you can pull down, light the candles, and pulley it back up. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Something whimsical.
It's
I want
beautiful.
something whimsical.
Yeah, and I think that's what your garden is. I think if there's one word to describe your garden, it's just whimsical. I said Narnia.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, this is Narnia.
Yeah.
Welcome to Narnia.
Yeah.
She still has phlox. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm getting carried away, guys. I like completely forgot that we're doing an interview. Now I'm just like, can we play with your flowers?
Do you have
The
this in your
cosmos.
house?
So not this year, but we did probably 2 years ago. It got massive.
Oh,
It's beautiful. And the hummingbirds.
I was going to say the hummingbirds love it. So
Yes.
for me, this is a tender perennial. For me, it does not come back.
It doesn't.
I have to replant it every year. We've had
Okay.
some really harsh winters. I don't know if that's why.
Okay.
Because I've had lots of other people say that it comes back. I also love the way it smells.
Yeah, it smells really good. And because for us, they are perennial and they really do get massive.
They don't. I have to replant
Really?
every year, which is kind of disappointing, but it's worth it because the hummingbirds.
Right. It's such a beautiful salvia. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys, they're too fast to,
Small,
but they're like just everywhere in her garden. Yeah, you have a hawk, and there was actually a group of birds that flew by, and it sounded like jets.
So
what are
the
those?
black ones?
Yes.
They're starlings.
Starlings.
Which they're predatory, so a lot of people don't love starlings.
Okay.
Because they're mean to other birds.
They are.
Yeah, they're pretty intense.
Oh, they're like, it really sounded like the jet flew right over us.
So in the fall, when all the berry cannons, because there's berries all around us, there's cannons that go off to scare the birds during harvest season. And when that stops, the starlings come in and the murmurations that you see like in Italy and whatnot, they like have murmurations.
Yeah, they did.
Around. So it's actually really beautiful.
It is. They actually had it.
People don't like starlings. I don't mind them.
Right.
In the fall.
Yeah.
Really
you had them when we pulled up. I was like, can we just hold on? We were setting up our cameras and we're like, wow. Okay. I have to ask you the hard question. This is what I ask everybody.
Okay.
If you had one plant, one row.
Really?
I know it's like making a favorite child. Like, who's your favorite, or like maybe like top two? And it doesn't have to be a specific one, but like a category.
And not one for each like season in the garden.
Just like one thing that you can't live without in your garden. Like, what is that one thing for you? I know it's a really hard one. I know people hate that question. Yes, you can do too.
Peonies.
Okay.
And roses.
I love it. I feel like that's so you.
But they are my favorite. I could only have two. However, I love all my flowers.
I know you really do. You give
and my trees
and your trees. I love it all. And my grass and the hedges, the apples, the espaliers, everything.
Yeah. I'm attached to my plants.
Sorry, I know I said that was the last question. I have to ask one more question because I get very emotional this time of year because it's really, I love fall. I love spring and fall, but it's really hard for me to like say goodbye to the flowers.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have that?
I do. I mean, again, I'm also ready for rest.
Right.
It's a labor of love.
Right.
But I do get sad.
Okay. Yeah. I'm happy I'm not the only one because I do. It's like an emotion. It's like, does it really affect you that much? I'm like, it does.
Yeah. And it's also just such a clear mark of the seasons, like another year gone by. It's just for me, it's not the new year that marks that. It's the fall. It's like the garden season ends. Now we rest. And,
we'll start back up.
My friends when they're gone.
Yeah. Oh, live friends. I know. Okay. I'm going to go cry now. Hold on. We're just going to continue talking, you guys. I know we've been trying to end this video for a while now, but we just keep talking.
Too much to chat about.
Too much. Well, we're definitely going to come back.
Yes, please.
So Lacy has invited us back. So I cannot wait to show you guys her garden in the springtime because it looks like a completely new garden. And I know that because I follow you on social media. If you guys want to stay connected with Lacy, I promise you it's going to be a fun experience. Her Instagram is just full of inspiration. And like, as somebody who's like you, like a daydreamer, I love to just see your pictures, especially throughout the season, and see how your garden changed and think, okay, I need to add this ground cover to my garden because you have so many different ground covers, or flowers, and how you use things and how she decorates, her garden. I mean, you take your decorations outside. So it's not just about the plants. It's like the tables, the pots, everything. So please follow her on Instagram because it's going to be so good. I promise you. And I normally don't like share people because I get very like, they're my friends.
No.
But
you are my friend. We are friends.
We are friends.
Yes.
But you are so humble. Like, thank you so much. And just learning her story, like I said, I just think you're the nicest person, you and your husband. I can't wait. You're welcome. I can't wait to see what else we're going to see from Lacy. I know we have some ideas in the works, so stay tuned for that. And you guys, thank you again so much for hanging out with us today in Lacy's garden, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, you're welcome. And quickly, I will make sure to link her details down below in the description box so you guys can go follow her on Instagram. All right? Okay.
Thank you.